Hey band kiddos, this is RK Slade, also known as Lord Thuros on the Minecraft, coming at you with episode 3 of our Vanilla Let's Play Minecraft series. This is day 3, we're getting set up here. I have got the majority of our house built and we are going down into the mines of Moria to see if we can find some treasure. Before we do that, I'm gonna just kind of fill in some of these little gaps here. I don't know what it is about running water, but it makes me nervous, so I'll just fill in those gaps and head into the dark gloom of this mine. Clear away a lot of this unnecessary stone. I've been playing for a while, and obviously these stone types are fairly new. Well, I say that. They're newer than just regular old stone, but I've never really found a good use for some of these extra stone types. The andesites and the granites and all those things. I'm sure you can do some cool stuff with them, but that being said, I have yet to find a good use for them. So I just typically will dig them away and find a way to get rid of them. I don't like to keep them in my inventory. But right now what I'm doing is I am digging a just kind of a square-ish shaped room so that I can get a mine going. And the way that I like to dig a mine is to go stair-stepping all the way down to about where my eye level is at 12 above bedrock. And so it'll take a little while to get down there. Obviously, there's a danger in kind of digging down. I don't like to dig straight down because you never know what you're going to fall into. But even digging in stair steps, you might fall into a cave. So we're going to be real careful. But anyways, today's episode is dedicated to clarinets. And, whoa, imagine that. Clarinets. Right as I said, clarinets, we find ourselves being attacked by an angry, vicious skeleton, shooting arrows of doom at us. But yes, today's episode is for the clarinets. So shout out in the comments if you're a clarinet player, let me know. And tell me how long you've been playing. Tell me if you are a clarinet player, an alto clarinet player, a bass clarinet player, or a contra bass clarinet, and if there's any other varieties that I might have left out. But today's joke of the day is for our clarinet players. We'll actually do two jokes, one that's a little offensive and one that's a little bit less offensive. So don't worry, if you're a clarinet player, we'll be joking on the other sections in every episode. Every episode has jokes of the day, and so we try to offend every section. What do you call a bass clarinetist with half a brain? Well, I'd say they're pretty gifted. Boom. Ah. Now this one might make you cry. What is the difference between a clarinet and an onion? Nobody cries when you chop a clarinet into little pieces. Aw. Sorry about that, clarinets. I still love you. So we're digging stair step down. Last episode we talked a little bit about my own personal band history in high school. And I went to 4 different high schools and played in 4 different marching bands. Definitely a great experience. A little stressful here and there, but overall I think I came out pretty well rounded. And today we're going to talk about my college marching experience. And let me get a door going here. And I'm just going to be kind of doing some busy work here on the cottage on our home base while I talk a little bit. But yeah, so I marched trumpet, and I never really switched instruments in school. So starting in the 4th grade, I played trumpet, and I played all the way through college. And that's a pretty good long time. And so college, I went to Georgia Southern University. Hail Southern, go Eagles. And had a great time. We have a great football program there, so always got to watch some great football and participate in the band festivities during marching season, and then also during the non-marching season, I was in jazz band and also in the symphonic wind ensemble. And one thing I never did was orchestra, but that would have probably been pretty sweet too. Some of my friends in college were also in the orchestra, but orchestra was a little bit more strings focused, and there were some brass, but obviously the wind ensemble was wind dominated, and we had a good time, and so really enjoyed it at Georgia Southern. If you're a college musician, why don't you go ahead and shout out in the comments and tell me what college you're repping. I also played in our hoop troupe, which was our basketball pep band. Played in a few ensembles like brass quintet, and I think I might have even head across the river here and grab some sand. But I think I even played in a couple of I don't even know what you would call it, but just more like student ensembles where we put together maybe a trumpet, a euphonium, and a piano for a recital, and entered in some student competitions that way too. Had a great time. Let's see. What are some of my favorite memories from Georgia Southern? Well, I think probably the biggest thing, and it actually comes out in some of my writing these days, is the marching band shows that we played. If you're not familiar with what I'm doing over on Wattpad, you can find me under user RK Slade, and I'm writing some young adult fiction. I actually have completed book 1 in a trilogy. Main character's name is Rigby Rains, and she wants to be drum major, high school, and she has some very cool adventures and some big challenges and obstacles that make the story really interesting. And you can find that over on Wattpad, and soon to be released late spring. Getting very close to having the editing done on this book so that I can get it released as an ebook and paperback. But it's the working title right now is called Just Rigby, a marching band story. But I think the actual title for publishing and release will be Because. The word Because will be the title. All right, now I'm going to see if I can sneak back around to this cave where that skeleton was. But anyways, the one thing that I loved about one of the things that I really enjoyed about my marching season was the music that we played. We marched the Beatles show. We marched Earth, Wind, and Fire. We marched, I'm trying to think, let's see, kind of a Latin show. I remember playing Malagueña. And, oh man, this is a villager zombie. Not sure where he came from. He is got my number right now. Anyway, another one. Gosh, there. But we also played. This was probably early in my career, but I remember we played Holtz. We played the planets. So we played Jupiter and Mars. I think everybody's familiar with Mars. That 5 song that's in 5. I love that tune. Oh, skeletons everywhere. But anyways, tell me what shows you're playing now. These days, you're still playing. So there's a little sneaky little skeleton right there. Did he just spawn? Where did he come from? Or did he chase me here? Man. I'm probably wasting time. need to just dig down deeper, but I can't stand it when there's a cave that might have some iron and coal and resources that is just easy to get to, but not quite lit up well enough to keep the monster baddie spawns away. So, anywho, we got about 2 minutes left on this episode. Got my timer going. I'll have to go up and check and see. I'm playing. Each episode is basically sun up to sundown. So, but we played some great music in Wind Ensemble too. One of my favorite composers was David Holsinger, who actually came and conducted for us. Played some of his music, and had a great tour. One of the tours we went on was to England. That was a blast. Got to play with the Russian Red Army band. That was pretty cool. They were very good. Yeah, but I had a great college experience, and I definitely recommend it for anybody else that, you're thinking, oh, man, skeletons, I'm going to get out of here and call this a day. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. But if you are thinking about whether or not to go to college and do band and marching band and all that jazz, if it's something that you feel like you would really enjoy, man, it's nighttime. I got to shut this episode down. But go for it. Just do it. It's a great time. It's even a better time to continue learning about music, and obviously the band family thing is there. But we're going to call this one a night, and you can find us at marchingbandisawesome.com. Facebook and Instagram, search Marching Band is Awesome. You'll find us there, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. And don't forget to hit us up on Wattpad, user RK Slade. Story is just Rigby. And hope you have a great day.